We are now playing Tomb Raider 1. So this is level 1, the caves. There will be a turning point to the left hand side where Lara will actually look at the location where you need to go. If you head directly straight, there will be a platform that slides down. Once you jump on, make sure you jump and grab the ledge and you'll enter the secret area. So there are 3 secrets for this level. I will be doing each level individually, and then once I get to the very end I will pile them into one big massive video for those who don't want to look at multiple videos. So once you have cleared the first secret, we want to jump down. And now we need to go right and start climbing up. I do apologise for the screen tearing. I can't really stop that. I did try all these fixes for the PC version, but I'm just going to leave it as it is because it's not, well, it's working and it's not broken. So once you've defeated all the 3, I think it's 3 to 2 bats, and there'll be a turning point to the left. Go towards this side here and make sure you are exactly on that side, and then jump up and grab. Once you get close enough to the area, you will find another secret. So that is pretty much medpacks, ammo, especially for this Tomb Raider. The second one has different stuff, but very similar things. So the third secret is once you get into this open area where you'll find some wolves, I believe, down below. And there'll be a door, or a trigger, or a timed door, where you got to press the switch to enter, to carry on. If you look to the left hand side, you should hopefully notice there's a jungle scene with a opening. Make sure you go in to find it. So welcome to level 2. As soon as you start, I do mean as soon as you start, you will defeat 3 wolves, and off to the left hand side you should hopefully find this water. As soon as you find it, you want to jump in. So once you go in, you'll get to this part where it comes out into the open. So pretty much if you stick to the right, you should hopefully see that there's a lever underwater. You have to do this pretty quick because you have a limited amount of air. But once you go up, you will find that there's another medpack. This is also another secret. Of course, you'll hear by the sound. So once we have found that secret, you might as well press the switch to the right hand side to open this door. But there's no point us actually going through the door because there's another secret. As soon as you jump down and go to the opposite side of where you jump down in the water, so go over the hole, you will find another switch. Make sure you pull it, and it will open a secret door in another area. So since we're still in the water, you might as well go back down and ignore the turning to the left. Go all the way down and then go left. Now you should hopefully notice now the wall patterns have changed to a slightly more prettier look. So once we have left the pool area, go to the corner, I believe it's the right side as soon as you leave. Go to the right side here and you pretty much run straight into the secret. So in this room here you will have a small medpack and some automatic pistol or magnum ammo pistol. But I believe it's called automatic pistol ammo. So this one, there's not much to say. Once you get to the part where you see them swinging blades, you pretty much have to come here anyway as part of the story. You will fight a bear. A grizzly bear. And once you we don't have to insert it, but once you inserted the story related piece into the keyhole, but if you go to the left side and head towards this switch here, ignore that just for now, take a sharp right. So pretty much you have to press that switch as part of the story, but if you look right, you will find there's another secret just tucked around the corner, and this will be some Uzi ammunition. Welcome to the Lost Valley. So, this one is probably my most favourite level in Tomb Raider, because I remember this a lot when I was a kid. So as soon as you start the area, you may not get attacked by the T-Rex, but stay to the right hand side and go through. I do not mean that side. That's just me taking a wrong turn. Like a dumbass. But once you go past the waterfall, you will find that there's a turning to the right, just before the broken pieces of bridge on the floor. Yes, there is another way you can go. It's probably quicker, but I'm not going to risk getting eaten alive by the T-Rex. So once you've dealt with all the enemies around this section here, there's only one. And of course, you will be out near another waterfall slightly to your right hand side. So the first secret we're going to find is right next to the waterfall, and then climb up this little slope here, or ledge. Damn you T-Rex, make me waste a large pack. And then you'll find that there's some shotgun ammo just tucked around the corner. So the next secret is pretty much from the last location. Go onto this ledge here without getting attacked by the T-Rex. So this will be the left side of the waterfall. And now the secret will be located on the top of the waterfall. So like I said, once you climb this ledge here, jump across, and now you want to shimmy to the right hand side. It looks like you cannot do it, but you can. So you want to go exactly near enough to the right of, well, in the middle, but just slightly to the right to be able to climb up. Now go to the back of the waterfall and you'll find some more shotgun ammo. And of course we can't forget the I think it's the automatic pistols, but I need to just confirm with the game. I'm sure they're called automatic pistols. Ammo, that is. So once we struggled to leave the area and also be wary of the T-Rex, I could have actually killed the T-Rex before doing this, but I didn't. Like an idiot, I jumped down and wasted another large medpack. And now go all the way to the very bottom. You'll find like a temple area to the left, I was going to say, to the front of you. And if you look closely to the right hand side, should be like a climbable ledge. It looks like you can't climb it, but you can. Sneaky, sneaky. From here, you want to climb up, and you want to go on top of the temple. On the top, there will be, I believe, there's some shotgun ammo. I think there's a large med pack. I'm just trying to remember now before we get there on the video. And I believe there's some magnum ammo, but I could be wrong, but let's find out when we get there. So large, yep. Some of that automatic pistol ammo. Or magnum. Oh, there's some Uzi. I forgot about that one. And there is some shotgun. So the only thing I forgot was the Uzi. So during the secret level, well, as you probably may notice already, I'm showing all the items in that location of the secret. So once we have found all 3 cogs and we have actually placed them in, this is not a specific thing to do, but you recommend to do it because we don't have to backtrack once we do it. So once you activated the cogs, go to the right side of the bridge, so like you're going back over, but this time drop down and grab onto the ledge. Shimmy to the left hand side, next to the waterfall to the left, to the sharp right. Once you move to the left, you will find another large medipack. Secret number 5. So once you jump into the water, and you want to go left, go the only way you can. Trust me, there's only one way you can go, so you can't get lost. And eventually, once we get there, we want to go up. In this area here, you will find some shotgun and some small medipacks. I think there's 2 shells and 1 medipack. So this pretty much sums up the Lost Valley. Moving on to the next level. Okay, this one can be very interesting. So pretty much as soon as we start, we cannot enter the left doorway because there's 3 doors we have to open. So you have to do that first before we're able to get any of these secrets. So the first 2 are pretty much located directly in front of each other. So once you open 3 of the doors, go in here, climb the first ledge to the left with a statue, and in this room you should find either a shotgun or some shotgun shells. Because if I remember right, the shotgun is not really located here, it can be located elsewhere as well. So that's the first secret. So once you drop down, go to the right side. I don't think it matters, but well, no, it does matter because I tried dropping down in the middle and I died. The only place I actually found without getting killed was on the right. So that is pretty much 2 secrets in one. So the last bit is once we enter back into the Lost Valley area. So before we continue on land, jump back in the water and go right. You should hopefully notice a small little gap in the water. Go through the gap and swim to the surface. Once you get here, you will find a large medipack containing, containing the automatic pistols to the left. St. Francis Folly. So once you have dealt with the lions, so pretty much jump on this block here. You may need to move it in position first, but you don't have to at the moment. So from here, you want to jump over here, and to the left side you should hopefully notice there's a ledge with an open doorway. In this area here you will find a secret. Of course when you first look it looks like it's an empty place, because it is, until you start do some aerobatic stuff. So stay to the left, well stay to the leftmost corner as you can, or else you won't make it up here. As well, if you're watching and trying it out, believe me, you will understand what I mean. Stay on the left side before jumping backwards, or else you won't make the jump coming up. But as soon as you reach the top, you'll find some more shotgun and a large medipack. So once you have done your other business, as I'm not going to show you, once you open this doorway here and leave the area, please make sure you save your game. Because I believe at the moment, this is the hardest secret I have actually found or tried to get to. It's very specific what you need to do. So make sure you go down the slope backwards while holding the action key or the grab key, whatever you combine your controller with. You want to climb up, drop down and press jump. But I recommend while you're dropping backwards, just keep tapping the jump button and you should hopefully make it. If you don't make it, then please reload your save and try again. So luckily enough, this is pretty much from the last location. So drop down. Please keep in mind that we need to pull this lever, just not now. Because if you press the switch now, all the water will go away. But since we don't want that, we want the water to stay there. So go in the water and go to the middle. Surface up to find your secret. So that will be the shotgun shells. So the final secret is located, you guys should probably know this, but I can't remember the area exactly, but it's the room where it has the 4 doors and the 4 keys. So we need like Thor, so electric, Atlas, and so many different keys. But anyway, as you've seen at the very top, I jumped on some sort of pressure pad. This door is time based, so make sure you be quick before it shuts. So just to make sure, you need to step on that pressure pad at the very top and quickly get your ass down to the bottom. Once you've done it successfully, you are able to grab some more medipacks, or large medipacks I should say, and then you should find some more ammo. Yay! So the Colosseum. So this one is pretty close to the start of the area. The secret is located just up this section here, as we can't get there yet. So we need to climb part of this Colosseum, or the entrance to the Colosseum. From what I can gather, I actually didn't go in this front door, so I wasn't sure what was there. But hopefully I did find, I believe this is the only way you can go, because I did find another door coming back to this area. So I'm assuming you can't go up there or go inside the Colosseum at the front door. But if you go to the right, no sorry, if you go to the left side, you will find a climbable ledge. And this gains access to the side of the entrance. Now once here, you need to go up a bit more. Come on Laura, grab on. Yeah! Once you climb to the very top, make sure you make a run and jump and make it. So the correct way we need to go is to the left. For the secret, we've got to go straight. You probably see it from here. There's a little gap just to the bottom right hand side of the screen. That's where the shotgun is. And you can probably see the shotgun glitching through the wall. That's how the PC one likes to do. Unless you can actually get the automated fix for to make it work. I did make it work, but as annoying, I was pretty far in when finding it. So I didn't want to start the whole game again. So I'm making do with what I've got. So jump in that corner there, as I told you about, to grab the next shotgun. So secret 2, once we left, we're now going to go back the way we came. If you do this precisely, you can get back without backtracking all the way back up the Colosseum entrance. If not, just feel free to climb back up. But as soon as you enter this area here, you should hopefully hear some enemies to the right hand side that are located on the bottom. If you happen to drop down, you'll have a bad day. But also, there's a medipack down there. Let's grab it! Of course, it's not a secret, but once you climb up here, you will find another shotgun shell. Or shells, I should say. But yeah, also feel free to go grab that mini small medpack, I should say. Okay, this one can be a pain in the ass. Not really a pain, but it's quite a long way into the game, or this level. So pretty much we have to find a lot of switches to open these doors on the... There's 3 doors, main doors. I believe this is the last and... No, the second to last door on the outer side of the Colosseum. But of course it's all part of the story, so we have to come here anyway. So for those who don't know what I'm doing, pretty much there's a pressure pad, luckily I ran into it, that opens this door above, next to the main switch. So pretty much we have to get close to one of the pillars, and then we have to just do the jumping action. So jump forward, jump right, jump back, jump left, and run to the door. Of course that door is timed. So yes, done. So this is the next level. So this one took quite a long time to get to this area. From what I can gather, this is all part of the story. So this did take me a long time to get here. For those who speed run it, probably takes you 10 seconds. But to the ordinary player doesn't know what they're doing. Well, I do know what I'm doing, I just get lost. So if you go down to this section here, go through the water, be careful of the crocodile. And if you happen to make it alive, past the crocodile. Now let's do some platforming. Yeah, I keep well, I'll say a certain streamer, well, certain few streamers I watch anyway on Twitch that have issues with the controller or the controls. I really don't find it that bad. It ain't horrible bad. Like, it's probably because I'm used to it. Because I've always remembered when Lara jumps, she does that delayed jump. So if you press A or whatever button you got combined. If you press it straight away, when you just about hit the edge, it won't jump. So you got to time it just before you're going to jump. But I really don't mind that. But anyway, once you've done your platforming to grab the next set of secrets, now we want to head back where we came from. And then we want to drop down. So as soon as we drop down, you should hopefully get the trigger for the secret. And then we don't have to, in theory, grab it. I don't think the secret I think the secret counts as soon as you get that little chime mark. That's the secret found. So this is pretty much at the end of this level. Once you enter, you probably fight, I believe it's 1 or 2 monkeys. As soon as you enter the door, make sure you press this switch here that I've forgot to press. That is quite hidden behind these bushes. And then this will open the side gate. And this will reveal some traps. Always good measure to save, as I've been saving almost 100 times. Once you timed it right, you will find that there's some ammo in the middle, there is some shotgun to the left, and I believe it's a small medipack to the right. Welcome to the Cistern. This one is probably the most hated level that everyone doesn't like, but I actually quite like it. So pretty much once you enter this big massive open area, pretty much look for this building here. It's not that difficult to get on, you don't have to raise the water level to get to it. Once you get into this area, be careful, you will find that, I think it's a French guy, but I can't remember his name exactly. But you should hopefully find a small medpack right here. Just a little warning, there is 2 ways, I think there's 2 ways to get in this location. But there's only one way you can get to this secret. Once you jump up, you should hopefully get the sound for the secret. So there is 3 packs of shotgun shells. So if this one's not that hard, just slide down and jump at the right time. If you're not too sure, please make sure you save your game. I am really enjoying playing these games again. I would never think when I was little I was going to do a collectible guide for the secrets. So once we head back into the main area, we want to drop down now. And in the main water section in the middle, you'll find 2 openings. Go to the one to the right that is slightly more hidden away. And you'll find some magnum ammo. I did actually look at the gun because I really thought Tomb Raider 2 had automatic pistols and then this one had magnums, so maybe I misread them. So I'd recommend actually finishing this area off completely, because there's no point coming up here more than you have to. So once you've found 2 silver keys and a gold key, there will be a pushable block just slightly to the left of the first silver keyhole. This one is a really good hidden area, I think. Really, really good. So then all you have to do is do a back jump and grab. So it does make things slightly easier. I'm assuming on the I haven't played the PlayStation version for a long time, but for the PC version it's much more, I'll say, clearer of what a pushable object is. Because since the game is a bit glitchy, you can see what you can push and what you can't. So the next level. So once you get to the swinging massive axe thing, you will find 2 openings. One to the left, one to the right. If you head to the right section first, you will find the French guy again. So please be warned. Be careful when you go down, because these spikes will kill you instantly. Keep running down and you will pretty much end up at a dead end. Because in theory you do not have to even come down here. You just don't have to. But down here you'll find some shotgun shells and some magnum ammo. But this is not the secret. So you'll find some pressure pads. Not really noticeable, but you can actually definitely tell there are there. There's 3 in this area. There's 1 in the corner, 1 next to the stairs, and 1 next to the far corner you just seen. Then this door will open. So pretty much you got to do your aerobatic stuff now. So keep jumping up to find your secret. This is 1 of 2. So once you have found 2 keys, this is later on in the game. This one is also a good, or a very good hidden secret, I would say, because since the camera pans, well, away from you, so to speak, it blocks the secret. So please make sure you make a manual save before even coming down that slide, because you won't do it first try, trust me. And then once you get to the very end, you'll find your secret. That is it for this level, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah. Once the level starts, you will find you are in the area with the massive statue in front of you. Once you have figured out a way to get to this next section, you have to do this part anyway as part of the story. You should hopefully see a cat in the middle section to the right. And if you want to go to the left side of it, and you'll find that there's a little hidey hole just to the left hand side, and that should be the secret number 1. Eventually, after a long time, we'll eventually get to this top section here where you have to pull a switch or a lever. This will do a few things to the area. So make sure you go this way. I believe you've got to go here anyway to get back to where we came from. So eventually just make sure you do not drop down, because that's what the game wants you to do, to drop down back to where the cat is. If you go on top of the building where the cat is, you will find some magnum ammo. From here you want to go to this slope here and do a running jump. Just to be safe, just to save it, because if you happen to fall, you'll have to go back quite a lot. And there is the Uzi. Later on in the game, you will find at least 6 panthers. There will be 2 in the beginning, once you drop down, and then I believe once you go across the bridge. Once you go across the bridge, stay to the left side and you'll find that there's a cat. Behind that cat you will find some shotgun shells. Yes, there is some more cats around, or cat statues, but this is the one we need to go to for the secret. Welcome to the next level. So once we have climbed to the very top of this section here, and we should actually be right next to a switch, so make sure you pull that down. So I have done quite a lot in this level, so if you look down you notice I've already done 2 of the sides already. Eventually I do come back up here, and the first secret is located on top of the pillar where you pick up all 4 main objective keys. Now from here make a manual save. Once you lined up correctly, make a run and jump for it. Of course you will take damage, you can't avoid it. So pretty much as soon as you land you'll get this secret sound effect. So now we're going to drop down from the last location and go in. Once you are here, this will be where the tables, or the chairs and tables are. So once you carry on as normal, instead you want to go, or just shimmy along to the right hand side. Now once you climb up, turn left. In this area here you will get another secret, of course. It's not a secret like we know, or like I know actually in Tomb Raider 2. But nonetheless we still get ammunition and health. The final one for... oh, not the final one, sorry. There's only one in this level. The final one. Doop. So once you are facing the massive statue directly in front of you, turn around and start climbing. So I will speed things up, because I showed you from point A to point B. So there is quite a lot of stuff I do to get to the very top. Eventually you'll get to this switch here. Of course this is part of the story, but I would rather show you from point A to point B instead of actually just spawning to the location. So once you set up, do a run and jump to pick up the shotgun shells. These are not a secret. These shells are just dropped here. So you may as well pick them up because we're not going to come back. Okay, once we get here, this will be the end of the line. So make a manual save just to be safe. And you should hopefully notice or see some floating objects in the sky. Of course there will be an invisible platform. And make sure you pick up the Uzi and ammo. Welcome to the mines. So once you have gathered all 3 of the fuses, and you'll get the building to drop. Once you go down the stairs, feel free to collect the pistol before we move on. Actually, I do recommend picking up the pistols before carrying on, so this will save you from backtracking. You will thank me later. So from here, go on top of the building. This is where I think the game wants you to go anyway. So once you climb up here, go very slowly. To the right hand side, if you look up, eventually you'll see a hole above you. In this area here, you will find that there's a secret. Just to be warned, this platform does disappear or does drop below your feet, so all you have to do is keep jumping until that platform has raised back up. So pretty much that is a timed base. Once you've done that, jump up to find your large medipack, and you should find some Uzi clips. And to the right hand side you should find a switch, so make sure you pull that down. Can't remember what that does. Once you have carried on, you will find the next section. After you killed your first guy to get your magnums back, eventually you will come here. In the middle section, look to the right hand side and you should hopefully find a hole. Directly in front, you want to quickly push this crate before you get squashed by the boulder. Once you've done it successfully, you won't get crushed. Now go to the right side and start pulling the crate back. Once you have it in the right location, you are now able to jump up. At first I really thought this was the jump up, but it wasn't. And this is the right jump. So it's not the one here, as I thought it might be. So I just about missed it. So it's pretty much the one that is closer to the wall, to the left hand side. Once you go to the top, you'll find some med packs and some Uzi clips. Also, just wanted to let you know, if you go down the corridor to the left hand side, you should drop down and find your shotgun. This is not a big deal if you don't find it, because you can get it later on in the level. Once you have found the kid on the skateboard, you want to kill him to grab your Uzis. So once you are going up towards this area, you'll look left. But since I was facing him, so I was turned around. So it'll be slightly different for me. So pretty much once you go in, go left, drop down the hole, into the water, go into the door to find these 3 secrets. Now it for this level. This is level 14, Atlantis. As soon as you get into this section here, you will find a flying demon. Just fall off the edge and grab the next ledge below, and you will go into a cave area, and then you'll find a secret. This will be some magnum ammo and some large medipack. once you get to this area, we have to go to the far top left hand side. So try your best to follow what I do. You need to make a run and jump over, and you should hopefully just about make it on that platform. When you get here, we need to start jumping up now, so please make sure you have a look before you jump to the location, because you may go down a slope and end up in the water. Eventually, once you make it up, you will find some magnum ammo again and a large medipack and some Uzi ammo. Number 3. Once you have completed the last area, you will fight at least 3. And for the people who don't really know, I didn't really know at first, but there's a pressure pad. It's hard to see, but once you run down that little corridor, you will trigger it. So this is pretty much a time-based door. So once you enter it, you will find some more. Of course, if you find every secret in the game, it makes it quite easy, because it gives you a lot of ammo and it gives you a lot of medpacks. The Great Pyramid. Once you are on this level, you will find this section here where you see a lot of slopes, but of course you don't really slide down if you do it correctly. But if you do it wrong like I did, you will slide down. So pretty much there is a pressure pad sort of thing. Well, I wouldn't say it's a pressure pad. Like once you get to a certain point of this phase, you need to run back, and hopefully you should see there's a platform raised out for you on the right hand side. So make sure you grab the shotgun, the magnum and the large medipack. There's really not much to really say on this one. Just press the switch and carry on. I'm burning. Later on in the game, you will find that there's some items across the way, and you will find some slopes just below you, directly in the middle. There is a shimmy or a shimmy ledge to the left hand side. It doesn't look like you can grab on it, but you can. Once you go to the very bottom, you'll get the secret chime again, and you'll find some large medipacks. So you should get 3 medipacks in total and 1 Uzi clip. I think that adds, either 200 bullets or 100. Okay, so this is the last final secret. This secret is kind of buggy for the PC version. Luckily enough, I didn't have to patch the game, because some people had to use a automated patch to make it work. So pretty much once you get here, do not drop into the water, climb where the blade is swinging, make a run and jump, and now you should hear the chime. If not, then it hasn't triggered. I would only suggest, if you want to make it to 100% work, there is some automated patches online. Just be warned, as far as I know, you cannot transfer your save over. So that is it for tomorrow, guys. I'll see you guys and girls in another video.